Yeah. That's kind of what we're saying. Is that, that's imperatively, like you're on Thief. If you want to buy full motion chameleon for your battle dress, then have at it, my friend. I mean, what? The cat's out of the bag now. It's not like we're going to stick that genie back in the bottle. We've already got two other characters with full motion chameleon. One more. Hey, join the party. So
Yeah.
How much was it? I wasn't paying attention how much it was.
it
Oh,
was.
the captain doesn't need it.
It's ten. It's ten
We're
thousand
here to
credits.
protect her anyway.
Yeah, it's 10,000 credits. Full motion chameleon, tech level 12, and it gives you a +3 modifier to suitable stealth checks.
Well, that sounds really super
G
worth it.
+4. Oh, la 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 la.
I mean, if you want to go so far for an additional 5,000, you can add IR chameleon, which is +4 to versus infrared and thermal sensors, and then there is tech level 13 for 50,000. There is Vislight chameleon, which is +4 to stealth checks beyond 5 meters.
I'll just do the IR chameleon
Okay.
camouflage. Okay.
Did you want to do IR or full motion or both? So if you
I
did
did,
if you
I'm
did
gonna
both,
do both.
it would be 15,000.
oh, okay. I guess I did both then. That's how much credits I subtracted, so I might as well just write down. So,
Oh, geez.
Ah,
I'll
this
give
is
the guy $50,000 for credit for
Okay.
tip.
can we can get augmentations here, can't we?
On Thieves, yeah.
do whatever you
They've
want.
got boutiques. Yeah.
I'll
And
go with you to make sure they don't maim you. I have cybernetics on. I
oh
think.
hell yeah!
We can all sneak into the castle now and
This
visit
is-
Lady White
this is PL-15, right?
with my
Yes,
garage.
Thief is tech level 15. What do you want to buy?
The fabulous augmentation treatment. Page 59 of the Central Supply Catalog Update 2023. January.
Good.
Hey.
I haven't heard of this. Does it make you foxy? Is that what it does? Or?
It's a full-scale treatment that concentrates on the head, but the whole body is considered. Small adjustments are made of the traveler's figure and posture. Facial features are adjusted,
Yeah.
and the social interaction areas of the brain are biologically enhanced. The effect makes the traveler a delight at any function, granting a +1 DM to all checks involving social interactions. A lot of higher class societies often seem as if they are just better people than those below them. This treatment is why. This augmentation is not affected by electromagnetic attacks or detectable by electronic means.
Yeah, it's basically plastic surgery and biographs of the brain function. So
Yeah. And it's 3.5 million credits.
Damn.
Yeah, but
That's how
I'll
much it
read
costs
that.
to cure autism, I guess. Right? That's cool.
yeah, that kind of thing I would say would probably be available in the upper city. And this is one of those things on Thieve in the upper city of Laxand City that would be available along with complete facial reconstruction, and the reason for that being, of course, things get too hot and people want to just disappear. So that would be available, yes. So why don't I go ahead and bring us in? Welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We will be picking up where we left off last week. Things are finally coming to a head. They are back on Thief, and Prince Herrick has hired his mercenaries. He has a tentative agreement with Prince Richter Grehigh, who is going to assist him and has added ships to his fleet to also help the assault on the Glorious Empire mercenaries that
You're
Lady
chilly?
Hill has hired around the floating palace of Drinax. But before we get started, we'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships, partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. Tonight, we would like to thank Speechless Bard. So Speechless Bard makes leather products for your tabletop role-playing games, such as leather covers for your core rule books. She has leather dice rolling mats. She has this really cool thing called the Spell Compendium, and it is like a leather dice box. One half is a dice box, the other half is a like a card tray for like holding your spell cards, and then the inside of the book cover is a magnetic spell slot tracker. It's pretty cool. She also has, like, if you like to show off your geeky side, she's got bracelets that are made out of leather, and the dice shapes are cut out around them, and they come in a plethora of colors. She does all of the customization work by hand. She is an amazingly talented artist, and I just cannot recommend her highly enough. If you're going to order, and this is especially true because the holidays are coming, yeah, I'm probably pretty sure that that ship has already sailed. No pun intended in this case. But if you are going to order, you want to get your orders in early as soon as possible. You might send her an email and see about having it here in time for Christmas. But she's in the UK, so it's not really the shipping time that is the issue. It is getting it through customs and into your hands, before Christmas. So keep that in mind. If you order something for the holidays, it may not be here until the New Year. So be prepared. If you are a fan of the channel and you're looking for Christmas gifts, we've got our own merch store over on Zazzle, and they are in the U.S., and all of their orders are printed custom. I think there's still time to get stuff shipped in order or in time for the holidays. I can't believe that I'm saying that we're concerned about buying Christmas again. Didn't we just do this? I can't believe how fast this year's gone by. It seems like I was just starting the whole Braunhaven thing, and we were just all pissed off about Wizards of the Coast shitting all over the OGL. And now here we are a year later.
About to take over a dwarven keep, or at least loot that vault.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you're looking for Christmas presents, we've got T-shirts. We've got a new line of hoodies that have the character portraits of the characters from Saturday's Braunhaven game. We've got a fleece blanket that comes in 3 sizes with a map of the Glossian Empire on it from Braunhaven. All sorts of stuff. We've even got a beer stein with the Greenwater Mercantile and Adventuring Company logo on it. So, if you want to help us out with all the little nitpicky stuff, like subscriptions and bandwidth costs and all that stuff that seems to be increasing due to inflation for no apparent reason, then go get yourself a T-shirt and a button. We've got the Pirates of Drinax pirate flag on those T-shirts made by Cameron, and so that will help us out. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you. I hit, what was it? 260 pages, 84,480 words total in the new book, Tassadantlus's Tantalizing Tower. And it's not done yet. So close. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah.
So it should be done by June.
Fuck. No, I know. No, I was hoping to have it done before Christmas, but I don't think that's going to happen. But it will be available in the new year. I mean, of course, it's not even done being written, so I'm gonna have to spend time editing and proofreading, and I've got I've got to send it, throw it into the meat grinder for printing and all of that, and then I have to wait because they have to ship me the book before I can approve it. So yeah, it's not going to be ready until the new year, but it is coming, and I'm already looking forward to the project after that, which is already actually partially written. So
Wow.
cross my fingers that won't take very long, but that's going to be the book of new spells, rituals, magic items, things of that nature. So Yeah, busy, 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 busy. Yeah, good to have work going into the new year, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's super cool that you decided to write and you actually like wrote a bunch of stuff. I've known so many people that were gonna and then nothing happened. So that's
well,
cool.
yeah, and I think I I mean the only thing that I can I mean I'm not special in any way, but the only thing that I can attribute that to is that I treat it like I would any other job. I get up every day and I go to work writing, and
That's what Stephen King says to do. Yeah.
I mean, the and a lot of people, a lot of other writers or fledgling writers scoff at that. But the fact of the matter is that just like any other job, not every day is going to be fantastic. Not every day is going to be your best work. Some days you're gonna fuck around and stare out the window and browse the internet when you should be working, but you at least got something written.
Yeah.
You know, and as long as you get something down, you can always go back and alter it a little bit later or fix it or whatever. But you got to get something down every day. And so, I mean, this particular book just it feels like it's just taking so long because I've been on this since early June. So yeah,
It's gonna be cool. I'm pumped to get to the tower and stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah. There's so much in here, so much in here. So yeah, looking forward to that. Um, and it thinking about how fast this year's gone by, that brings up. I was planning on just not taking any time for the Christmas break because Christmas falls on a Monday, and so we play Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays. So I don't know if you guys had any plans the week before or week after.
Mm-mm.
Man,
Yeah.
are we
I
good to
haven't
play for
heard
Wednesday
any.
night?
I'm totally good.
Okay, excellent. All right.
I'm good for Wednesday night.
Yeah, me too.
Sweet. All right. And just a reminder to Ting and Gregor, no Deep Night Revelation this week, but we will be
Yeah.
picking that back up on the 15th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't sure if you'd seen the post, but yeah.
No, I hadn't.
Yeah, Will has a holiday family gathering, and so
Yeah.
we decided that, because there's only the three of you, we're just going to go ahead and postpone it. In that case, I am still searching for another player. So hey, if anybody's watching this and you want to play in Deep Night Revelation, it's $5 per game. That helps cover our pro subscription, and we play every Friday night, 7 o'clock PST, and right here on Roll20. So, shoot me a message. You can reach me over on
PST or PTS?
PST.
Post-trauma stress.
Right. Yes. Yeah, you can reach me at Synther4, Synther, the number 4, over on Twitter. Just shoot me a message. And,
I have one more purchase I want to make before we move
Yes.
too far quickly.
Yeah, what else you want to buy?
I want to buy a flying gun large on page 132 of the robot handbook.
Oh, of course, you're going to have me open up the fucking robot handbook. Let's see here.
I have spent years mastering how to be difficult. I'm fucking an epic level difficulty.
All right. So what page is that on?
132.
What in the world is this thing?
I've heard of these. Let's see here.
It's a flying fucking gun.
That's literally what it is. Large flying gun.
It's a robot.
It shoots flies. It shoot flies.
Well, it has a fusion gun human portable. It does 2 DD. It's got a lot of armor on it. It flies. It's got
So it had been a while since I looked at this thing, but the fusion gun is the part that might be problematic.
They're gonna mount it on the outside of the ship.
No, it flies around with you when you're bored, or it's good for boarding parties and shit. You know,
And
this
just
is
melt
just
right through both sides of the hull.
yeah.
Hull breach, 2 of them.
Well, I mean, it will damage the ship if we use
Good.
it for boarding parties, but
Go ahead and make a streetwise plus social check.
sure.
Or actually, your choice. Either streetwise plus social or streetwise plus intellect.
Oh, I'm going social, man.
Yeah, I
I'm
figured.
Tank motherfucking Hansen. Roll dice. I'm still using shit brown. 14.
Okay. So yes, and so there are a couple of these. Yes, you can find the flying gun medium with the stagger laser rifle.
All right, yeah, I'll grab one of them.
To the tune of 220,000 credits.
Yeah, not quite what I wanted, but it's still something really neat, you know. All
Well,
right.
the stagger laser. I mean, it's basically a machine gun laser weapon.
Oh yeah, 5D plus 3, auto 3, 0G, and it's got like fucking a shit ton of shots.
Yeah.
18 hours. I mean, it's only got 8 hits, but it's got armor of 7. And I mean, it's something. If it gets shot, maybe we can repair it and it not cost us a character. We don't have to pay it, you know.
It looks like it's got 2 of those stagger laser rifles.
So that means that we get 2 shots. I mean, well, we're going off the graphic.
Oh wait. No, no, 2,100 shots. So basically, it's never going to run out of ammo.
Yeah, this is great. I'll spend the money and add the flying gun medium
There you go.
to my.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, I suggest everybody else fucking start spending some money here too, or at least bookmark it. I mean, we just got 12 fucking million.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
Will this thing follow us around?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Will these things follow
Yeah.
us around? And
Yeah, it
it's a robot.
Yeah,
it's programmed.
It is a robot. Enough intelligence to operate independently or as part of a fire team.
it'd be pretty hard for me to roll something. What do I got to roll in order to be able to get one?
Well, he already found them, so yeah, you can get the mediums.
Where did you guys get access to the 2023 updates?
It's available on the server.
Okay, gosh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to be embarrassing again and ask for a link to that.
Yeah, I can hook you up. Let's see here.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'll buy one of these
You
things.
know me, I like to collect
250,000.
toys.
Maybe, well, at least one of us should save a good chunk of their money. So.
Oh, I mean, I still have just to cut hair over 10 million. I mean,
Wow.
I was, and you just gave us all 12 million.
Yeah, that's true.
I was loaded before you gave us that. I mean, so I'll just, while we're here and all that, I mean, I don't mind saving too, but I mean, my adventures with you guys have been very profitable. I'm hoping everybody else is getting it. I really try to spread the love whenever I score.
There you go. I just sent you the the link and the
Thank
login.
you.
Okay, I'm buying one of those robots too.
All right. Yeah, it's got. Let's see here. What else has it got?
It's got 7 armor,
Yeah,
10 armor versus lasers.
Yeah, reflect
Oh.
armor, 50-kilometer advanced transceiver, vacuum environment protection. I don't know why it needs that. It's a fucking robot, but whatever. It has a voter speaker, so it can talk. Weapon mount, medium. Weapon mount, auto loader, medium. Why does it need an auto loader? It is using an energy weapon. That's a little weird. And it has a wireless data link so that you can connect it to a computer.
Or your Neuralink, you can send it commands without actually speaking if you're really
Yeah, if
wired
you're
up.
using Neuralink, yeah, you could, technically.
Yeah, so
Basically,
it just
wirelessly text it from your head.
Oh.
I need one of those for Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, it goes good with the robot collection that we're starting to have. We've got the crew bot, we have the steward bot, we have the Cendalian death bots.
Yeah, you've got
I've
the
got
astromech
Assassin's droid. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
And
have
so,
a
I
nice
mean, you know,
little
it's
army of bots.
Hey,
they're
we
good
can
because
put
they
them
don't
on the-
take a lot of dead
put them
space.
up on the bridge when we're in jump and not have to crew it.
Yeah, Robot Handbook and the Central Supply Catalog are your two shopping sprees. If you've got money, where you'll want to go.
Well,
Wow, I'm looking at some of
I'm
these
gonna
stuff.
buy a far trader and settle on PAL and be the ambassador and blow the towns up and
Oh my God,
nuke them from
if you
space.
guys,
Just like Sindal did.
if you guys knew what I knew, oh man. Yeah. Yeah. There's so much shit coming.
Well, I mean, I'm preparing for it as best I can. I got my fabulous augmentation, so I'm pretty, and then I got a flying gun to hang out with me.
You
So
got a personal bodyguard.
while Devin and Cameron are perusing the wares available, so you guys kind of go on a little shopping spree, before meeting in the essentially the presidential suite, the entire top level of the Grand Hotel. Yeah, so the Grand Hotel here at number 2, in the middle of the upper city of Black Sand City, and of course you're meeting up there because this is where the temporary court is being held for Prince Herrick. And he is still referring to himself as Prince. He currently, I mean, there's not a whole lot of hope that King Oleb is still alive. Last you guys saw King Oleb, he was in a coma. He was in the hospital ward of the Scholars Tower over on the Floating Palace. And what you do know is that, of course, Lady Hill claims. Well, first of all, she took over, so she is now Empress of Sindal, Queen of Drinax, and she did a couple of
Not
things.
for long.
Yeah,
No.
she did, right. Yeah, that's the plan. So she did a couple of things. She said that on his, that he came out of his coma for a little bit, and that he proclaimed his love for Lady Hill, and they got married, and then he slipped back into a coma, and so she's basically using that as her legitimate claim to the throne. and which obviously it's all bullshit. Everybody knows it's bullshit, but you know, nobody can really prove it otherwise, and so that is her legitimate claim. Now, Lady Hill, it should be said that Lady Hill isn't necessarily. I mean, she is a usurper, but she isn't necessarily not legitimate for the throne. She can trace her lineage all the way back to ancient Sindal, just as Oleb can, just as Herrick can, just as Richter can. So she's not really any less legitimate of a ruler for the throne than they are. Somehow she just wasn't high enough on the royal pecking order to be in that line, but she certainly has the lineage for it. I mean, if you're just talking about family bloodlines, hers really isn't that less than Oleb's. But Herrick, of course, has been spending his time on Thieves, purchasing mercenaries, trying to basically scrape up the funds to purchase mercenaries. And at this point, he has done exactly that. He has essentially contacted the Mergen Consortium, which is over here at number 6. The Mergen Consortium is essentially a mercenary clearinghouse for all of your needs, and this might be one of the larger jobs that the Mergen Consortium's ever signed on to do. And so part of this entire thing was that not only did Herrick have to muster up the cash to do it, but the Mergen Consortium had to muster in more troops to get the job done. And then, of course, coming along on this little junket is Prince Richter Grihai, who, he has also, or claims to have also, a lineage to the Empire of Sindal as well. But he has already he has stated both to you guys and to Prince Herrick that he has really no interest in ruling Drinax. His big thing is that we shore up the border there between the Dust Belt and the Aslan Herate, and you guys already have some concerns about what this asshole is up to. There's the Grihai movement seems like they're a bunch of racists, although he disavows most of that. He doesn't even know what most of his people are actually doing.
So he says.
So he says.
Not for long.
You guys have questions, but right now, Prince Herrick, of course, as you come into the presidential suite, he has a holographic map up of the space of the sector of Drinax, and he as soon as he sees you walk in, he waves you over. He is wanting to come up with plans for a naval engagement. So it is known that the mercenaries that she has hired to patrol Drinax system is she has hired the Glorious Empire, which of course is that hiring Aslan pisses off a lot of people. It's worse that she's hired the Glorious Empire. In fact, there are pirates on Thieves or mercenaries on Thieves that refuse to work for her or to have anything to do with Drinax because she hired the Glorious Empire. So that this has kind of hurt Lady Hill as much as it's helped her. But they have a let's see. They've got a Glorious Empire has a mercenary cruiser, and they have a pocket warship that is in the system. Along with both of those, they also have a couple of clan transports. Now and I will give you stats on these.
What's a pocket?
Let's look at the mercenary cruiser first. This is the Merc cruiser that they are using. It's 1,000 tons, and essentially this is very similar to another warship that the Aslan use, but this is specifically designed for mercenary use, and it of course has 40 tons of docking space, can launch fighters, things of that nature. It has two pinnaces that it uses as drop ships. Yeah, it's got a bunch of stuff.
And so, yeah, they're getting ready to go take on Lady Hill, right? They're going to tell us how that works out.
Well, I mean, it was assumed that you guys would be a part of it.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to be a part of it. And they can tell you how that works out afterwards. There is other things that that you could be doing. This is the pocket warship.
Well, I don't see anything. I might need to refresh or something. Oh, you're gonna try something? Okay. Looks like it's like
Is your screen just black?
Yeah, it's black.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to refresh.
Yeah.
Just refresh roll 20.
Yeah.
You'll be good. Man, I'd rather do something that is more advantageous to us. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of plus side to this being successful, and I mean, but God, man, they've got the Rasputin, man,
And they've got the Rasputin. Yes.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough, but
yeah,
it might be worth it.
Well, I want to hear their plan, and I can use naval tactics to estimate if this is suicidal or doable or what.
Yeah, I mean, as far as us personally in our fleet, a little bit. I mean, we're a stealth fleet. I mean, so
Yeah, if we could do some precision strike on something.
yeah,
Maybe we could try and take the Rasputin before they do the thing.
We shouldn't try to kick it off, but if we think we could hack our way and sneak on the Rasputin and take it over, I mean, that would be a game changer.
So there are at least two of these clan transports at 600 tons each. I mean, they're not. These are mostly, transport between back and forth. But I mean, they are.
They got a good computer.
Yeah, these are basically civilian ships that are used for transporting, basically the high end staff of the Glorious Empire mercenaries, and then of course they have a plethora of these little bastards. These are their multi-purpose fighters.
Can you bring up a map of the area as far as a space map?
Oh.
Just Drinax area, really. Not. I don't care if it's got thief.
You just need the Drinax
star
system.
map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
Yeah.
It'll take me just a moment.
I mean, there might be another way. I mean, most ships are going to be J1, J2, and if we put this in a type of thing where we strangle the trade going into Drinax, then she's just paying these mercenaries to sit there, but no income's coming in. Because if we could choke them out, I know a seam would be one place we'd have to put a presence. If we could just stop any trade from going to Drinax, I mean, it would just be a matter of time before that big mercenary fleet is no longer being paid.
Yeah, basically just do a siege.
Yeah. I mean...
Or a blockade, rather.
That sounds pretty effective, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, we've got these ships that, I mean, are very powerful. And so
What they'll do is they'll come and attack us if we do that.
Yeah. But if they have these big ships doing a blockade and we sneak into the Drinax system, when they move out to attack one of these other ships, well, see,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
see,
We're stealth, so we could do that.
yeah, then it would be time for us to fuck around and we could play the Gomer Pyle sound bit. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too, man. That fucking Gomer Pyle shit back on that old school TV was amazing. I know that's not what you're talking about, but you know,
Yeah. So I wanted to bring up what we wanted
it's kind
to
of an
buy. Is
oxymoron.
that okay if we?
A marine comedy.
what?
So it's kind of an oxymoron. A marine comedy.
Oh yeah, I was being. What was Keith asking about?
I was asking about we were going to buy subdermal armor.
Oh, sounds amazing, fun stuff to do. They take your skin off and put armor on it, and then put the skin back on.
Yeah.
It tingles and it itches for a little
I
while.
bet.
Yeah.
So this is this I could get for a system map. This is the Drinax solar system. Showing
It's an unnamed star.
Yeah, their primary is an M1 Type 5. It does not have a name, but you'll note that Drinax itself is 0.2 AU from the star, and so it's fairly close.
It's like Mercury.
Well, no, because it's an M15, but yeah, I see what you're saying, but yeah, no, it's fairly close, and it has a big world orbiting it. It's got a big moon, and then there are four large gas giants between it and a planetoid belt, and then outer systems are an ice planet, another big world, and another ice world, all with their own little moon systems.
So you really have to jump in and out kind of far out in the system, right? I mean, these gas giants, do they kind of make like a huge gravity well to keep you from jumping right next to the fucking the planet itself?
Yeah, I mean, they would tend to. Well, I mean, it's jumping out that's the problem. Jumping in isn't an issue, but jumping out, yeah, you're talking about. You've got all of these large gas giants that are just kind of sitting there, cluttering up your jump shadow.
Interesting.
Yeah, then that's the bit. I mean, maybe come in, hell, even at Ice World and just kind of creep on in on them. Those
Right.
the planetoid
take a while to creep.
So something, I mean, something to keep in mind. I mean, the Osiris and all of your Harriers, of course, have stealth jump. But the Harriers actually have the holographic hull system.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's why we leave the Osiris a bit out. And we can run our reconnaissance and scouting from Harriers. But I mean, the firepower and ass that the Osiris has, and I mean it's also a refueling station that we could use to quickly refuel.
The real use of the Osiris is that it has an unwrap system, so that you can refuel those Harriers, and they can just sit there and wreak havoc throughout the system. You've got 3 Harriers, so.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably hide the Osiris in those planetoids.
You certainly could.
And the Harriers got thrust 6. I mean, it's a lot of movement. and they all shoot missiles and other kinds of shit. Hell, you could shoot missiles and turn around and go the other way, and just let the missiles take a long time to get to where the fuck they're going.
Yeah, I mean, I would think 2AU. I don't know. A missile, I would think that 2AU would probably run out of fuel before it hit its target.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that
it
is a
doesn't have
long
to
ways.
burn. It doesn't have to burn the whole time. It just gets its thrust, and then it kind of
That's
goes
true. It
over to
just
the
keeps
general area.
going. Yeah, it just keeps
Yeah.
going. Unless one of these large gas giants catches it, and then it becomes.
And then
a new
it's got to
moon.
fight that. But I mean, you do the astrogation on it or the navigation, I guess.
Well, yeah, it would just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Well, they're
you,
smart, so they do it themselves.
Yeah, you figure the trajectory and you shoot the fucker and you see how it works out. But in theory, it doesn't even engage and start going at a motherfucker. If they've got their fucking transceivers on, then they present themselves as easy to find targets.
Did it mess up the game? No, it probably did. No, everything's okay.
I don't know. I hear you.
Talking about strategy.
Okay. So what did we do?
I'm just talking about possibly parking Osiris and the planetoids 5AU, and then using Harriers to go.
Yeah, he was talking about parking the Osiris and hiding it in these planetoids, and then you guys use the Harriers to basically harass the Glorious Empire merc ships.
Well, our mercenaries set up a blockade that prevents
Right.
ships from getting there
Right.
Okay.
for supplies.
Can I use? I have naval tactics too. Can I use that to see if it's like a good idea?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, well, I rolled like shit, so I'm not gonna learn anything. Okay.
What'd you get?
I got snake eyes,
Oh shit.
so probably 6 or something altogether.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you're not sure. You can't really tell, a whole lot. But what you do know, and I can show you this as well. I think we touched on it.
So what does the prince have?
Yeah, they might have ideas.
So the prince actually has a couple of ships. They're mostly smaller craft. But his biggest ship is he does have a Type C Merc cruiser. And I didn't copy and paste that one. Where is it? But yeah, the Type C, it's a standard, sphere, the big round mercenary cruisers. Actually, I thought maybe I did. Hold on, take a look.
If we do it right, all of our big mercenary ships that both princes have, I mean, if we come in from way outside in the system, there's a good chance they don't even see us. I mean, we could use some of these planets for cover as we come in, and maybe not even use thrusters and shit. Just get a good bit of speed and drift right on in,
Yeah.
And
It
so
would take a while. If we
Right.
start at like 6.8 AU, we're gonna take a while to get there.
But I mean, the idea is while the big force is coming in, the little stealthy fast vehicles are pulling them out. So it's not all of our Navy versus all of their Navy. It's their first response Navy against all of our Navy, if we time it right. And then it's their reaction to all of our Navy coming out that, we could deal with that. That looks really big.
So Prince Richter has 2 of these. One of them is his flagship, and then he has a plethora of smaller craft that are far traders, things, and a couple of scout ships, Type S scout ships. But yeah, this is what he's bringing to the.
Got 8 triple turrets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, it's got a lot of guns. It's got a lot of it's got pinnaces for, dropping troops to the ground or boarding ships, whatever you want to say.
How much does this thing weigh?
800 tons.
Hey, yeah, but it's got a thrust 3 that's really nice and a jump 3. The jump
That's a
3,
nice ship.
which
Yeah.
we might not be needing them to do a J3 before they hit system. It just tells me that they'll have plenty of fuel for the slow creep up.
And typically the modular cutters there's two modular cutters that are docked in there. Typically, they will have modules available to them that they'll have like a grav tank inside. I mean, it's a serious. This is a serious ship, and he's got two of these. In addition to two far traders and two Beowulf class far traders, and then one Suleiman class scout ship.
I'm
Wow,
still
that's
thinking the way
impressive.
to go. Yeah, all this is. I mean, again, if we just pull them out, I think is way to go. They're not going to bring everybody out at once.
Right, as long as we separate them, we'll take them out a lot easier than
Yeah,
all
Well,
of
you
them at
want to
once.
piecemeal them, that's for sure. As few of them as you can get. Hopefully, they send a cruiser out and leave that other thing alone.
yeah. And the more we can use, I mean, there's a lot of gas giants and shit. I mean, if we use that kind of stuff to kind of block our presence as we creep in, we can maybe get fairly close to their area with the bulk of our navy. These mercenary cruisers look great. I mean, we got a couple of them. We got a couple other ships that are packed full of guns. I mean, like four? Well, we got five or six really big ships and a whole bunch of small ones. Big ships being over 500 tons.
Is that right?
And then there is, of course,
The ones he showed us last week, they had this they almost looked like a fucking Imperial Walker with lots of guns and shit. But it
yeah,
was a great ship. It didn't have legs.
I'm bringing that ship up right now.
Yeah. And there's like what, 4 or 5 of them?
There were 4.
So I mean, if these mercenary cruisers and that right there, it comes to 6 big, heavy hitting ships. It might be good to participate, but I sure as fuck wouldn't want to spearhead this fight.
Absolutely not. And who knows what Lady Hill has now. She might have brought in some additional ships at this point. So
Right. Well, I mean,
we're not looking at 3.
Yeah. I'm hoping that, the PR campaign caused her problems where at least she had to bribe people and drain her resources, fucking with it. I challenged her right to the throne, both with video and, talking shit. I pegged this fucking Aslan genocide on her. I've put a lot of fucking, I've gotten some really good rolls. I don't know if it helped or not, but I mean, there's that
400 mega credits. How do I get 400 mega credits? 400 million credits.
Well, I mean, you just got 12 the other day. I mean, you just, in theory, you just repeat what you did to get that 12 over and over and over again, and you'll get
about 30 times.
Right. Yeah, man, you just keep doing it.
Well, since we're not spearheading it, do they have their own plan?
Well, I mean, he has been listening to what you guys have been saying, And it all sounds your plan sounds very good to Prince Herrick. This is the Shadow class. There are 4 of these Shadow class gunships. This is what they look like. And then, of course, oh, sorry. This is what they look like.
See what I'm talking about? They look kind of like an Imperial Walker.
And then these are the stats for it. So these are mercenaries that Prince Herrick has hired.
Crystal iron armor 8. That's good.
That thrust 4 is really good too.
Well, I could afford these after 15 more repeats.
Yeah,
they're only 168 million. Yeah, these are specifically mercenary fighter ships. Basically, it says that they are developed pretty much from the planning stage through construction. They were designed to be space combat vessels. They serve no civilian purpose. The only thing that they do is act as a mercenary warship.
Nice.
So Prince Herrick, who is no slouch when it comes to tactics, he really takes your guys' plan to heart, and he's going over this plan with his advisors. Whoops, that is not what I want. And while he is going over this plan with you,
it's going to take a while to get back.
Yeah, you guys are up here at Thief, and of course, Drinax is way down here. Hold on here. I need to find.
I think when we jump in, whatever we do, we should, I guess we're doing J2s, but before we hit actual Drinax, I don't think we should go Tarpool and then go into Drinax. I think we should go to a seam, refuel, and then J1 into Drinax on the outside. So that way we'll have as much fuel as we possibly can. I mean, if we decide we want to get the fuck out of there, you know,
we're going to need it.
Yeah.
So Prince Richter, as Herrick is going over these combat plans with his field marshals and whatnot, and his quote unquote admirals, a lot of these guys are mercenaries. They are captains of these Shadow class gunships, and he's going over the plan that you guys basically just invented. And I mean, he's really impressed with it, and they're basically fine-tuning it to see, how these gunships can enact the blockade that you mentioned. And Prince Herrick comes over, and as they're all talking, he kind of pulls Beth aside, and he says, I have gotten some I guess you could say, I suppose you might call it scuttlebutt. But I hear that there is a contact in the fuel station that I believe you run on number 1.
Interesting.
And he says, from what I hear, there's this contact operating out of your fuel station around the gas giant of number 1. That is basically, he's a fence. Typically sells ancient Sindalian artifacts, things of that nature, but pretty much will sell anything that comes across. The guy's kind of a slime bag. He says, but I got some info that he has come into a big score.
Oh, really? Does he want us to check that out, or does he want us to go on his naval expedition?
Well, this is up to you guys. But he tells you, he says, This might be something that might help Prince Herrick in the long run, because if this is a large amount of money, of course, Prince Herrick has spent almost everything he has on purchasing these mercenaries. I mean,
Well, we just gave him a bunch of fucking money.
right. I mean, mercenaries cost money.
Oh,
Yeah, they cost a lot.
I feel you. I mean, but it was like in game time, it's almost like yesterday we just dropped
It
this
literally
thing.
was yesterday. But he was already operating on credit at that point.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, God.
How much money did we give him?
We gave him 10%, didn't we? Or
Yeah, and
it was like
that?
another 8 million or something like that.
yeah. I mean, we gave him a nice, decent chunk, but
8 to
okay.
10 million, something like that.
Yeah. God, big. I mean, if we go for the big score on how many of these fucking, there's so much gold and treasure there, does this shit fucking ever pan out?
Yeah, that's true. It mostly hasn't, I have to say.
So Prince Richter gives you. He says that he hands you a wafer, and he tells you. He says that on this wafer is an encrypted message code. He says he hasn't viewed it, but he says that he has been told that this is an encrypted code on how to contact this dealer on your station.
Okay. I think that we should maybe we need to look into this at some point, just because it's happening on
Yeah, this at number
It's
one.
2 weeks out of the way.
it's happening at your place.
Yeah, it's happening at my gas station.
So we
Yeah,
should probably make this guy kick his tips directly to us instead of through this, in the future.
Yeah, we can go check that out and have the fleet pause and do a refuel maintenance or whatever, maybe on Borite.
We could have our other ships go on the offensive, and just us could go the other way.
In the Osiris.
Or we could all fight. I guess we'll just vote on it. What do I want to do?
I mean, if it's just talking about 2 weeks, yeah, I'd like to do the big fight thing too, rather than.
It's up to you guys. I mean, you don't have to act on this right away.
What do you think? Big fight or gas station treasure hunt?
I want to get this fight done.
Okay, I could have made it sound more enticing.
Yeah, man, really retaking Drinax and killing this bitch.
Yeah,
seems to be more enticing to everybody than going on yet another treasure hunt. That
What does Gregor want to do?
I want to. I want to kill that bitch.
All right.
Okay, let's go do it.
All right.
That's unanimous.
I'm gonna garrote her.
Sounds like we're gonna make an old broad glow in the dark. Is what we're gonna do. So
no.
So yeah, at this point, they are, of course, the plans are laid. And I'll bring up the Drinax system again. Just for our viewing. So, at this point, they have laid in their plans. The captains of all these ships, including the captains of your Harriers, are there as well. And they're kind of like, yep, okay, So, if as they understand it, the Osiris is going to be in the planetoids. Now, are you guys staying aboard the Osiris, or are you going to board one of the Harriers and go with it? Because these planetoids are 2.56 AU out. That even at thrust 5, well, shit, even in the Harriers at thrust 6, that's a long ways. You're talking about it. They might just do another jump, to be real honest.
Maybe so, but the idea of being kind of further out in the system and jumping in and all that to mask our coming into the system, it kind of, we might be able to stealth jump in, uh, but the other ships can't, and they have to come in far out of the system, or everybody's going to see them come into the system, and
Right.
that kind of fucks things up. And and they are drawn down to, I think, thrust 3
Right.
with their big ships.
So,
So I mean, they are going to be the slower ones. Maybe we would have time to. I mean, they could jump in system and slowly move that way while we went and did side missions, or we could poke at them. Getting into the system is the best way to get scan data, though.
So yeah, you're looking flight time from the planetoids at thrust 5. You're looking at almost 68 hours to get from the planetoids to Drinax.
It's 5 days.
Yeah. So I mean, it might be better to just jump, and plus you guys have stealth jump anyways.
We could jump in. I just don't want
You've got
to
4
see
ships with
anything.
stealth jump. So,
Oh, we do? Shit.
We have.
You got 3 Harriers and the Rorik's command vessel.
Yeah. It's our big mega cruisers and all that don't have that stealth jump.
Right.
So when they come in, they're going to come in way far out, and anything we do has to be done in the mind of trying to draw their forces way out in deep system space.
I mean, where do you want to set up the blockade? Because, I mean, setting up the blockade out here isn't much of a blockade.
No, but we got to get the blockade in place without them knowing it's there. And, I mean, that kind of means that, God, I think we'd have to come in at least somewhere around in here. Maybe
creep in.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying we should J1 from a seam and have plenty of fuel in the tank to slowly creep in. And then, I mean, if we can get our mega ships and everything right in here, and then with the Harriers and all that, antagonize and draw their forces kind of coming out. In theory, we could have the big battle, the first battle right in here before they even know we have big ships. If we use patience and I mean, those big gas giants as cover, but again, I mean, it could take a month to creep these ships up that far in the system, taking the slow approach of trying to be as stealthy.
Well, like I said, I mean, technically you can jump in anywhere.
So if you wanted to jump in here, you could, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could jump. You could jump your blockade and drop them right there. Meanwhile, the Harriers are creeping in partially undetected because of their stealth jump capability. You could do all sorts of damage. And the Harriers, of course, are faster than just about everything else that the rest of the fleet has.
Yeah.
About the
how far out will our battleships, how far out can they come in without really just screaming, there's a big jump signature right there?
Well, I mean, a jump signature, that's a lot of radiation. It's going to flare up and be detected pretty much almost anywhere. But to tell you, let's see here. So sensor range, if you're talking about, I guess that would be thermal and EM. At distant range, thermal is going to be very minimal in data. So I mean, and distant range is 50K plus. Yeah, it's more than 50,000 kilometers. So will a jump be detected out here? It depends. You don't know where those Glorious Empire ships are sitting. The likelihood is, and this is the most likely scenario, they're going to be sticking close to the main world. So
right.
at this far out, I mean, that 0.73, even if you were to jump them right here, let's say that is a total from here to here of 0.73 AU, or actually it's going to be less than that. Let's say that's even 0.5 AU. They're not going to be able to be seen.
All right, then yeah, let's take the DM's advice and jump everybody in right there, and we'll be ready to leave if we have to.
So
and
one-
see maybe see them
So
another time.
one AU is 150,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
So I mean, the closest transit time on the chart is 100,000 kilometers, which would not be detectable. And it says even at 50,000 that thermal signature would be minimal. So I mean,
So you're saying maybe we could go between 1 and 2? We could go here?
Yeah, you could drop them in there, and they may not be detected. I mean, you're talking like a sensor operator that's going to have to get what, a 12 plus?
Oh, then fuck it. Let's
Yeah,
go
he's gonna have to
between
get a
1 and
12.
2.
He's gonna have to get a 12 plus to even detect that the jump came in.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's just start out there. I guess there's no reason to prolong everything. If you're steadily giving us information to tell us not to.
No, I'm just saying you don't have to be as far out as you're claiming.
Right. Well, yeah, then yeah, my advice is to go between 1 and 2, and
Something else to keep in mind:
and see what we see.
closer than this belt, this fourth gas giant has a ring around it. It has a ring system. So I mean,
Nice.
if you wanted to stash, or if you wanted to hide the Osiris in the ring around this fourth large gas giant, you could do that too. But I mean, something else that we're not keeping in mind is how big a large gas giant is. I mean, I forget, it was something like what, 10 Earths or more.
Oh, no, more than that.
100 Earths could fit inside Jupiter.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about a big planet. I don't see any reason why, if you want to jump closer, that you couldn't do a tight orbit around one of these gas giants and not hide yourself too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what
Size W.
if we go in there right between
would nearly be a brown dwarf.
Yeah, right.
You know, it should be easy enough just to kind of hide around a moon or something, and just, if we want to park the Osiris close by for support.
Yeah, I mean, any of these gas giants have ice worlds. This one has a large world for a moon. I mean, the rad world, you could park near the rad. I mean, if you're not overly worried about radiation, that's going to screw up all sorts of sensors trying to detect you.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay, well, I mean, if we could, I'd say that between 1 and 2 is the place to show up, and we look, and then we see if we can figure out a way to harass some of these ships to come out, where then we'll surprise them and fuck them up.
Yeah.
And collect all of their loot in glorious numbers. We will sell them on the open market.
So you're wanting to pirate their ships?
Well, always.
Optimally, yeah.
Always.
Ideally.
Yes, ideally, we will take it, take their power out, and take them over.
I'm a terrorist. I
Sell
kill
them
you.
on the open. Yeah, I'm always cool with taking their ships.
I'm a
that's
pirate. I
always
steal you.
So the plan
If we can't destroy it, then we definitely take it.
So the plan
Yeah.
is to deal with the mercenaries, and then there's the Rasputin. Do we have any plan for that? Or are we just fucking off after we kill the
So
mercenaries?
yeah, the Rasputin would be a wild card, and let me take a look here.
Rasputin is a fucking force. We have it will need it'll need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I just
But-
wonder.
I've got all. I mean, I should be able to hack the Rasputin pretty relatively easy if I can get close to it, because I have touched those computers very intimately in the past. So
I was thinking maybe some percentage of our force could try and draw their fire, and then the rest of us could try and land, and then just go like murder her in person or something. and
oh,
take
I'd
over.
love to go kill her in person.
Well, right, and
Yeah.
that is like once the mercenaries have been
So then we'll take the Anubis, and as soon as the shit gets funky, we'll sneak the Anubis and then go hit the floating palace. I mean, if we
Right.
could sneak the Anubis and land on Drinax, we could, in theory, sneak to the floating palace with the fucking Dragonfly.
We could sneak in with our cool new camo too.
Yeah. We could.
Yeah,
I mean,
phase 2, of course, will be a
Assault.
assault on the floating palace. But the first concern is, of course, being able to get your ships to the floating palace, which means you have to deal with the glorious Empire's merc fleet between you and there.
So then, yeah, we're all gonna get on the Anubis, and when the shit starts hitting the fan, we're gonna try to be the blitz to go jump on the floating palace and kill the Empress.
So this is the deck plans for the Rasputin.
That's a funky ass ship, man.
Yeah.
And I thought I had stats for it.
I wonder who's the captain of that ship right now.
Yeah, that's like kind of gonna be it.
And this is the stats for it.
See, it's got thrust 6. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a beautiful ship.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, I kind of went to town with this when I first got the first second edition.
so that 14 armor.
High guard.
Yeah. Maybe we should try to board the Rasputin with the Anubis and turn it on the other shit. Because I mean, God, that's the baddest bitch on the block, right there.
Yes,
It's-
I would definitely say that this is your the big concern.
Is this so? If we took this over, couldn't we shoot the mercenary ships with it?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what King was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be way better. As a tactic, it'll risk a lot less. It'll just risk us. So
one of the things
Yeah.
that the Rasputin has that you guys haven't played with yet is that in addition to its fusion barbette and the missile barbette, it has a torpedo barbette, and you guys haven't played with torpedoes yet. But imagine a missile, but worse.
Mhm.
wow.
So it's all going to depend on us being able to fucking sneak up on it and get that boarding party in. That's where that, if we fuck that up, we probably die. But if we could get one of our ships just to run up and get that boarding action, we might even sacrifice the ship we board it with. But if we get on board, we can take the Rasputin.
Is the Anubis the one with the breaching tube? Is that what we renamed the cruise
Yeah.
line? Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, the Anubis has the breaching tube.
Okay.
Breaching tube would not be a wise decision on the Rasputin. Yeah, I think the best way to get on that thing is to get. I don't know. Maybe it's to get arrested, but
Get captured. Fight your way out of the
I'm
brig.
just kidding. Just kidding. No, I don't think. I think we need to be able to get on there without them knowing that we're boarding, or we're just gonna lose everything.
See, I felt like if we use the breaching tube and we roll in there with our like ultra badass stuff and just like take it over. I don't know if there's much.
Yeah, I mean, what she's saying is use the breaching tube and roll out of that into their decks in your battle dress.
Yeah, and take it over. What
Oh,
can
got
they
it.
do?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
even
you,
have to
you
even
guys,
do
you have
stuff with
what?
them.
Two plasma guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Now, something
So,
to keep in mind, though. I don't know how much. How. I mean, if you use a plasma gun, you're gonna do damage, whether you hit
yeah,
whether you hit your target or not. Something's gonna get vaporized.
Yeah.
I think all we have to do is threaten to use it, though. I'm pretty sure that'll motivate people to cooperate.
It
But
depends on
yeah.
who we are dealing with. It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're dealing with mercenaries, it might not
Then
be
we have
so
to
easy.
murder them all. Yeah. If it's like Aslan mercenaries from
Yeah,
the
like
British
Aslan mercenaries.
Empire, then we'll kill them for sure. But if not, we might just have to use the threat of force in order to get them to
I
cooperate.
mean, we can bring these plasma guns. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to use them. But
Yeah.
if something really presents a threat, hitting it with a plasma gun will definitely make it less of a threat.
And
Mhm.
actually, there is a deck 3 to this.
There is.
There is a deck 3.
To the Rasputin?
Yeah, it is. I believe it's a hangar. If I remember. Yeah, it's a. They have a ship's boat.
And that's probably the weak spot where we nail it. And then if we get the question is, do we want to take engineering or do we want to try to take the bridge?
I vote we take engineering and then try to convince the captain to turn himself over to us.
The engineering is the keys to the ship, whether you like it or not, because it
Yeah.
lets you shut everything. You shut the power off, and everybody else will come talking to you.
Yeah.
Plus, engineering's full of nerds and not guards. So
Usually.
that's like a lot easier.
And there's always the question of, am I able to take their computer systems over? I mean, as I said,
Yeah.
I've played with these computers on this before when we had the ship. So,
Yeah.
in theory, I could backdoor in.
So yeah, here is deck 3. They have I believe a boat. Or no, a ship's launch.
20 tons.
And deck 4 is ventral turret access.
So, our original plan was to hide and then have everybody attack at once, right? More or less.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they could still hide and we could stealth in, and then if we're fucked, they could all still attack at once. Just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So we maybe don't have to be totally fucked.
Well, how about is there a stealth fighter?
Not that you have access to, but I don't believe that there is. Let me
Okay.
take a look.
We need to invent one.
Well, I mean,
could
yeah,
go
that's
to the
what I'm saying.
outside.
If we got a big badass fighter that can carry 5 or 6 of us.
Well, I mean,
Oh, we just hang on to the outside.
theoretically, I take that back. There is a 6-ton ultralight fighter available. And it's got armor 3, crystal iron, thrust 6. It's got a fixed mount pulse laser on the front. I mean, it costs a little over 7 mega credits.
We get one of those.
Mhm.
Okay. We go. Then it's just a lot easier to fly in on that. We get some camouflage armor or something done on it, so it's harder to detect. And we take that, and it's 6, and we blitz some son of bitches, and we jump. We just walk on their ship and go through the airlock.
You mean bail out of the stealth fighter? So,
Yes.
So to keep in mind, you would need to each of you have one of these. They are not
It
jump
only sees
capable.
one. Oh, what about well, no. We can bring it in on the Osiris.
One
Just
of
put
them.
it on this on right. I'm talking about one. This is a one-shot deal. I'm just trying to find
How many
something
people can fit on it?
It has a crew of 1.
Then no, that's not anything we want.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the best thing is the Anubis. We're not going to find anything better for sneaking up and just sticking a motherfucker and taking their ship over.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice idea, though.
Yeah.
There is a military gig for 15.1 mega credits. Wow, 15.2 mega credits. 20 tons, thrust 8. It is stealth. It has bonded super dense armor 4. It will seat 1, 2. So it'll seat 8.
Yeah,
It even has 3 low berths.
that's what we need. Yeah, we put that on the clamp of the Osiris. Jump it in space. Jump it in system.
It won't fit on the clamp. It's too small.
Yeah, we'd have to put it in the cargo hold.
Yeah.
Can we use one of these other cruiser ships to transport it?
Let's see.
It's not just us.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
20 tons is small. I mean, that's launch size shit. You know?
Yeah, it's a gig. They do not have any space for it, but like I said, Osiris might.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if you got rid of, if you got rid of the Dragonflyer and your G bikes, you'd have room for the. You could stow this gig in your cargo hold.
Then yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, in
you
my
could,
theory,
you don't have to sell them. You could stow them here on Thief.
yeah, we can get them back. I mean, this ship has a higher chance on sneaking up on the Rasputin. It's got a higher thrust. I mean, at least
It does. Yeah. Yeah. If we could just get into the Rasputin from it.
Yeah,
We're set.
that's what we're banking on. We're banking everything on our ability to fucking board a ship and take it over. But that is our strong point.
Yeah.
That's who we are deep
So
down.
how do we do it without the tube? I haven't done this very often.
We'd have to secretly dock with it.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh
Or
well,
what?
we secretly kind of get real close to it, and then we physically go to the airlock and stealthily hack our way in. If we fail, then we force our way in loudly and brutally with explosive charges on the airlock.
The way I see it, you would have to have your Harriers harrying the ship and drawing fire, or else
They're gonna notice.
yeah, they're gonna aim for you, and you in this thing you don't want them to aim for you.
We'd be so small, we'd be dead in one hit.
Yeah, so then the way to do it is to hope we can hit them with the Anubis without them seeing us.
Yeah, just jam the straw in, and by that time we're stuck together, so they're not gonna aim at themselves, So.
Right.
Well, we use another Harrier to jam.
Right,
the senders.
exactly. We have 3 Harriers. We can use one to jam, one to another one can come along with us.
Yeah.
And then we just sneak in and attack.
Yeah, packed full of Marines, and we just paid them a lot. They've probably got better equipment now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there. Yeah.
So,
or we could use 2 Harriers to.
So just for your knowledge, this is the military gig.
It's interesting.
So are we trying to sneak up, or are we trying to create a diversion? or do both at the same time?
We're trying to get the Rasputin taken over.
Well, yes, but I'm asking, are you trying to sneak up on it unaware while it's not doing anything, or are we trying to make a distraction?
We want
So the sneaking is
we want to sneak first, and if we have to,
create a
create distraction.
distraction. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's our backup plan then, I guess. All right, that makes sense to me.
We got 3 stealth ships. We'll probably get pretty close before they notice us, but we won't get to them before they notice something.
If we just get close enough that the other 2 ships can do the jamming.
Well, specifically the Harriers and the Osiris are stealth jump, meaning
Yep.
that I mean, at that range, they're not going to be detected. It would be impossible. So I mean, if you're jumping in where you were saying that you wanted to jump in, out in between these 2 gas giants, so I mean, even right here, it's going to be far enough away that with a stealth jump, they're not going to see you jump in. But beyond that, I don't believe the Harrier has any. No, it does. It does have superior stealth. I am wrong. Never mind. The Harrier is superior stealth. What about the Osiris?
No,
The
the
Osiris
Osiris
does
does not. That's why I'm saying to keep the Osiris back, because I mean,
Yeah.
they're just going to put holes in it.
True.
Yeah, it does not. It is just streamlined, but it does have
It can-
stealth jump. So
Yeah.
it can come in, but it needs to stay hidden.
Yeah. But when the shit hits the fan, I mean, when we get the jammers in place, near the Rasputin, the Osiris, in theory, could come in undetected.
That's true.
Yeah.
And hit it with that fucking ion cannon. I mean,
That's a good idea. Oh,
Would it
yeah.
do anything?
Well,
not
wait.
the
We
first
have to.
time, but like the
we
5th
need-
or 6th time it would.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is how many turns of ion cannon before it would make it like
It'll take a
power down.
lot, but I mean, when we get on board, I mean, that's a game changing reality to everybody on the ship. That Timmy just got fucking waylaid by some Marines, and so did Scotty, and they're turning off the fucking. If we take engineering and we crank the grav up to 2.0 everywhere except for in the engineering, I mean.
So something to keep in mind, it has 1,300 power points.
Yeah, the ion cannon won't do it.
That's
No.
going to be a lot of shots from the ion cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's concentrate on stabbing it with the breaching tube.
Yeah.
Gonna do it
That's what we're going
pretty
to try to. Yep, we're Capri Sunning it.
All right. So, all right. So your guys' target with those 3 Harriers is the Rasputin.
That's right.
That's your plan. Okay.
We're going to. Yeah, our objective is to take the Rasputin and still have at least 2 Harriers when it's said and done.
So what is your route from Thieves to Drinax? Keep in mind there is the refueling station here in this blank hex.
So that kind of makes us go to Nocturne first, and then Borite is where we have a station we can refuel.
Yep. 4 to Torpal. So 5,
Yeah.
you're looking at about 8 weeks worth of travel, or
And
8
then,
weeks
yeah.
to get to Drinax.
And just before Drinax, we want to refuel on a J1, so there's probably a seam. We come in,
So
refuel.
8 weeks to a seam, refuel at a seam, and then a J1 to Drinax.
That's right.
So something, yeah, I mean, a seam, theoretically, you don't know what the situation on a seam is. When you left, it was more or less because of the Dragon Fort on a seam. That's where Prince Herrick was basically stashed. That's where he hid his when he kidnapped his sister.
Yeah.
Um, it was loyal to Drinax, but it was loyal to Herrick specifically.
Hmm.
So since there is clearly a civil war going on, you don't know what the status of Asim is.
True.
No. Yeah. So I mean,
Radioactive dust.
well, I mean, we could jump straight into Drenex and just refuel at the gas giants
You've got
just a
4
little bit
gas
out.
giants to refuel at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Should be okay.
Okay, so who wants to make the astrogation check?
Oh yeah. We'll figure out with that.
I suppose that's me.
I think you have it.
Yeah.
And we did not buy the stealth fighter 20-ton.
Yeah,
thing.
I didn't think that you did.
so.
In fact, I'm
Yeah.
just
I
gonna
got 14 on my roll.
excellent.
Yeah, that was in the brainstorming stage of ideas.
Okay. Go ahead and make a. Let's see. Let me figure this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and make a J drive total +5.
Mhm.
J drive plus intellect at a +5.
Also 14.
Okay, so I. So you spend 8 weeks jumping, and it is pretty clear sailing. However, your second jump from the, or I'm sorry, third jump from Noricum to Borite. Who's operating your when you come out of jump at Borite? You are detecting a lot of debris
Oh,
around the gas giant. At least that's your passive sensors are picking up a lot of stuff.
So we should run the active sensors.
Who wants to make a sensor electronic sensors plus intellect or education check?
I could do it. I'm a teenager. Oh, man.
I'm +0. I'm +0.
I was about to roll a sensors check, and then you strolled on in. I think you got me
Oh,
beat.
I'm sorry. I had to go form my own country of the urination.
Oh, way to go.
That took +2 into the fact that we have really good
You
sensors.
do.
So 15.
Okay. So you, I would assume, so Borite's a really weird system. Borite is almost devoid of a lot of bodies. There is, of course, the main world, which is naturally closer to the primary star. There is a gas giant that is way out at the end of the system. It's kind of like a Pluto or Neptune. It's way out there. That's where your station is. So it would probably make sense that that's where you would jump to the edge of the system. The problem, of course, comes in when Ting turns on the active sensors, seeing that there is a large debris field in orbit around the gas giant. And when you turn on the active sensors and he zooms in and pipes up the resolution, your space station has been thoroughly shredded. Something has annihilated your space station.
I'm glad we sold everything off of that.
Yeah,
we can do that.
And
we
How
didn't want it
fortunate.
anyway.
there is quite the light show as parts of this station are lighting up as their orbit decays around the gas giant and are sinking into the atmosphere of the gas giant.
Mm,
Well, how pretty, but how sad.
Yeah.
rude.
Yes.
Do you detect anything else around it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Does Ting detect anything else?
He does not.
All right.
But he
You
can
know,
with
we,
his
we
role.
assume that whoever blew it up still isn't here.
Well, with his role,
Wow.
he can detect. I mean, he can tell that the scatter pattern of this debris field um, has widened uh, from whatever caused it. Um, it looks like this probably happened about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
All right. Well, fun times. We can still refuel.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can of course do wilderness refueling.
Yeah.
Beth, why don't you go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check?
It's 11.
Okay, so Beth is able to do the wilderness refueling, multiple passes, but she is able to keep it fairly stable, and you guys takes about 3 days. You're able to make enough passes to refuel and process the fuel, and then of course continue on through Torpal and on to Drinax. And actually, this pirate base, it's gone. And there will be that. There's actually a story that will be coming about what happened to the pirate base. And well, I'm just gonna let the cat out of the bag. I want you guys, all four of you, you need to roll some new characters. And if you want to make your life really easy, just roll up characters using the package rules from the Traveler Companion, and you can pick the naval or marine packages. Your choice.
Okay.
And I mean, you can roll those characters up. Literally, it should take you about 5 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 if your hand cramps up while writing. But yeah, I mean, literally, all you got to do is roll the stats and just go through the package rules. And I mean, that's how I do NPCs now. I'm just like, this is easy. So you don't have to go through the whole life path thing and all of that. But
These are the Imperium people you spoke about.
these will be
But-
Imperial characters, yes. And
Oh, so will they be serving in the service of some sort?
they will be a part of the Imperial Navy, yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I
And
mean, that
and
makes-
they will be your characters.
right.
So
Okay.
you will be running both of those characters, and in the future, you will see both sides of the story.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Okay. That's
So-
cool.
Yeah,
That sounds fun.
But yeah, making us be Imperial service people is different because I'm gonna make a rock star.
of course.
Yeah.
So
So
you guys,
sooner or later-
I'm already an ex-Imperial Army.
right, yeah, it's not going to be that much of a stretch for you, right? So let me.
But, it wasn't a good experience, so I became a thief.
Yeah, I mean, that's a story as old as time. Let's see, where did it go?
when are you wanting these characters?
You've
It's
got
gonna die.
you've got a little bit of time,
Okay.
but you don't want to sit on it. You're going to want to make those characters.
Right. Okay.
So you're putting Osiris like here, around one of these gas giants, correct?
Yes.
Probably,
It's all
probably the second one.
Yeah.
White again.
okay. Just a
Oh shit!
Where'd they go?
They're
They're having to,
refresh.
yeah, they're having to
Yeah.
they have to refresh their screen because they're blacking out.
okay. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong, but it's working now. So
Excellent.
good.
Cool.
So you guys, so you come in and make for orbit around the second large gas giant. There, of course, is there's a big world, and there are two smaller ice worlds that are orbiting around this that you can pick where you want to hide. You
And
got three planets basically to hide.
yeah, the ice world sounds fine.
Yeah, I would do an ice world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Beth, go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check. We're gonna see how well you can hide.
10.
Nice. So Captain Beth makes it look easy, comes in and kind of ducks in close to this ice world, and is able to hide herself hide the Osiris in one of the large craters on this ice world. The planet itself does have a bit of I was going to say tectonic, but that's not exactly true. It has ice vents where it will blow off ice, kind of like an ice volcano. But she finds a nice crater to tuck into, and you guys basically cross your fingers. Now, you are then boarding the Anubis, correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
There it is. I was like, where did the Anubis go?
Look at this, man. It is wild. It's all white.
Been a while since we were aboard the Anubis. There we go. Okay. This chart still has it named as the Capri Sun, which is appropriate considering what you're planning to do. So, you guys,
You paid a lot of money for this boarding tube. It's time
Yeah.
we use it.
it's been used once or twice.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of scratches. I mean, we could really fuck this thing up.
So this also has a triple missile rack on it, along with the particle barbette, and so yeah, breaching tube. I mean, this is the Anubis is a nice little ship, and you set course where
Can we fire missiles from point blank range?
You can. I don't know that you want to do that with three nukes, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's
Let's get 5,000 kilometers away and shoot three nukes at it.
so at medium to below, so anywhere from close to medium range, missiles hit immediately. At long range, they take one round to impact.
Yeah, we're trying to get aboard it without firing. Yeah, we're wanting to take it over, so missiles would let them know that we're there. Unfortunately,
I
mean, they might not see the missile till it hits them, but they'll still know that missiles don't just randomly create themselves in the middle of
Sure, they do.
They just don't do that. Yeah.
Hocus pocus, abracadabra. It appears.
Why is it not?
Can you use nuclear missiles on Saturday?
I mean, I don't see why not.
This in theory, we take over the Rasputin and we fight with it. So
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And this will work.
As soon as we take over the Rasputin, we need to get all of our crew members from the Osiris to come help us shoot all of these fucking turrets that we have. We'll need to man it.
Okay.
Maybe.
So
We might be able to scare them into doing what we want.
I am very persuasive now with my new fabulous augmentation.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll help a lot.
Yeah,
My hair.
I'm sure you can convince them.
Yeah.
Since you're, fabulous.
I am fabulous.
If they're
Fabulous.
humans, I think we can do it.
I'm actually going to put it in my new title. I'm going to add it to the shit I call myself.
Well, then people either think you're either a pirate or you're going to start a drag show. So, I mean,
And it can go either way.
it could go either way.
Yeah.
Eye patches are in. So, first, Beth, you need to make another piloting plus dex check because I assume that you're taking over flight control. You're taking over the bridge, of course, of the Anubis.
Yeah.
I would say.
8.
That's pretty good. And so you are not detected. What are you doing with the other two Harriers? The Mars and the
That's
what's the other
on
one?
it.
Honor Scout.
Scout's honor.
Scout's Honor. That's right. The Mars and the
Yeah.
Scout's Honor. What are they doing?
Man,
They're
they need to.
hiding.
Yeah, they need to be hiding themselves and prepared.
Are they flying stealthily with you, or are they staying hidden near the Osiris?
They're
We should be.
staying-
You
They
think
need
they
to be
should
close
stay?
enough they can jam, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of range do they need to jam.
Well, in reality, jammers are inverse square law, so you need to be as close as you reasonably can get.
Yes, but the other thing to keep in you don't want them to just start jamming because that gives away your position. I mean,
That's
Right,
true.
we
there's
want to
no
wait.
stealth.
Yeah, wait until somebody's been detected.
Yeah, let's just see how it works out. Let's get caught before we bring them in. Stay back.
Okay.
You like my eye patch? You
Yes.
mentioned eye patch
Yes.
are in.
There you go.
If
Nice.
we get caught, jump.
Hi. What
Don't
do you
even
think
bring
of
the
my
fucking
eye
weapon
patch?
systems online. Just be ready to fucking jump.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jump out outer system. Jump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could jump to the outer system. You don't even have to leave the system. You could jump to the planetoid belt if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
we could jump right back to where we are. Just saying.
That's true. Yeah, because no matter how far your distance could technically be 0. It's still a weekend jump. You're gone for a week.
Yeah.
Do you get like advantage or something on your astrogation if you're not fucking going anywhere?
I would say that you probably get to make that as a boon.
Yeah, like for real. Like of doing 0. Like
But
just
in some
right
ways,
here.
I would think that jumping in system is maybe harder than it is jumping out system, because not that I would really think that there's a threat of running into anything. But if let's say that you jump to the planetoid belt, that could be a little scary because you're going to come out into basically a asteroid belt. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ting, I assume you're on sensors. Go ahead and make a electronic sensors plus intellect check. Okay.
14.
Okay,
I take it I found the Rasputin.
that you did.
And it's powered down and isolated far away from everybody.
No. But you found other things as well. Oh, that's awfully big.
Is that the cruiser or the pocket? What's the pocket warship?
Indeed. And then
I'm not sure why they would. So that's the Grand Spray, the Graf Spray, or the Deutschland.
I had another one.
Does it have 11-inch guns?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sorry, I'm missing a token.
It's the so-called German pocket battleship, which wasn't a battleship. It was just a big cruiser.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Yeah, okay.
We're bringing 8 Marines with us.
Okay.
I'm bringing my droid.
Yeah, all that. I just wanted to state that before, so they don't magically appear out of nowhere when we're on the boarding thing, you know?
Like a
We're
missile.
bringing
We're
in death
talking
bots.
to them, yeah.
How
Yeah,
about a couple of death bots?
we are bringing all that. We're bringing, I mean, this is our big play, do or die. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, so
So if we die, we roll 2 characters and start a new campaign.
Right.
it could go that way. I mean,
Yeah, when you said I'm gonna cat's out of the bag, roll some new characters, I'm like, are we gonna fucking die?
Right?
Well, if we do die here in this,
Rocks,
I
rocks fall, everybody dies.
yeah, if
That's what I thought for a second. I was like, oh shit. Sad.
it'll take at least a couple of rounds. So but it
So
can go south
you
quick.
pick up the Aslan pocket warship and the Aslan merc cruiser. Of course, up here is Drinax, the main world. The Rasputin seems to be over here, quite a distance from the merc cruisers, sitting out there, looking menacing, but by itself. I mean, it's one, two. It is very long range from the merc cruisers. Actually, it's about there.
Let's do it. Let's go to the Rasputin. Yeah.
And you told the other two Harriers to stay behind.
Yep.
Okay.
That is very
The
rescuer.
small footprint. We're going to the Rasputin. Right?
Okay.
So
let me
stealthily going to the Rasputin.
hold on here. I need to find. Let's create a hole. Structure. Modular hull. No, I want stealth. Where is my stealth?
I believe the holographic hull means you take a -2 to detect us, is what I believe.
These
I
are.
think it's in the Harrier shit when it's talking about.
Yeah, it might be. I'm
Can we
looking.
just? How about the How about the holographic camouflage?
That's what he's talking about. That's what I'm
No,
talking
I'm
about.
talking about the superior stealth hull.
Oh, okay.
It says
Ooh.
stealth ships after initial combat. How? Oh,
We might get more than a +2 or a -2 to them. Whatever. I think this is the key to everything. If we take the Rasputin and run it out to where our fleet is and fleet up with them and just come in like some big Billy badasses, I
Yeah,
think
it's
we
over.
can mow them out. Yeah, this is it. This
It's high risk, but if it pays off, then it's like
yeah.
they're so fucked after that. Yeah.
I think what we should do is we should start as a community start just tossing luck points into his sensor rolls. Like let's add another. No, really. Like every time he rolls a sensor roll, we need to all.
Beth, what thrust are you going to use? Keep in mind that they get a +1 to their sensor check per thrust point.
Do we just cut
Yeah,
along?
putt.
We're
What?
going thrust one.
Okay. So let's see.
Do I have to strike a balance? Is it like they get more rolls the longer we take? Or is it like
No.
okay, so going slow is definitely the way to go.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a +4, so that is a -4 to their roll, which gives them only a +2, which equals a +3 total. A 13.
Oh my gosh. Might have to dip into that luck, folks.
Yeah.
You could.
Let's
you
do it.
could.
Let's
What do they need to get it to detect us?
well, how about this? How about each of us put 2 luck points into this,
Well,
and
actually,
that would make
wait a
8.
minute.
That would make a -8 to their roll.
So they're. Where did? Oh, I'm on the right page. They.
They need a 12, don't they?
Yeah. So you would need 2 luck points to kill their.
I'll put one of them in.
I'll put one in. I got 10.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there you go.
All right. So they do not detect you as you putt very slowly at one thrust point towards them. That it is going to take you, of course.
A year.
At one thrust point, it is going to take you
3 days.
52.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Fine, no problem. That's an excellent time to take my time and try to listen to their comms beams.
I'll be in the men's room. I got to relieve.
Yeah, right.
So we will go ahead and pick this up next week with you approaching the Rasputin and attempting your breaching tube maneuver to try and board the Rasputin.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well, this is the perfect way to start it because, I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to attack the Rasputin as we take it over?
I don't know.
Yeah, we still win. I think on that, but whatever.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
this is
so.
pretty fun and exciting.
It is.
Lots of tension build up.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
Yeah, if we get on board the Rasputin, I think we win the whole thing. We take it over and we shove this boat right up our ass.
I agree.
Yeah.
It might be a lot more complicated than that, though. We'll see.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there's going to be a firefight for sure. All right.
Laser. I got my laser carbine.
Yep. Yep. You guys are aiming to misbehave. Gonna kill some
Yeah.
folks.
Yep.
Laser carbine, shotgun.
Thanks,
Everything.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I will see you next week at 7 o'clock on
Flashbangs.
Wednesday night.
Good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Same with you.